First, thank you, Professor Lee, for the invitation, and it's very good honor to be here to have an introduction to the students to know about the Hong Kong CRC. We call it Hong Kong Center for Construction Robotics. I'm Paul Bo, the manager of this center, and today I will briefly introduce the center, and we have some inter program and also summer camp for the students who are interested to apply. First, let me have a brief introduction of the center, and the background is that the founding member of this center is Professor Zhexiang Li, the professor of ECE department. He is also the founder of DJI. You all may know the company doing the drones from UST, and he founded a base in Songshan Lake in Guangdong province. We call it Expo Park. This incubation center actually now have more than 60 companies incubated from the park, and the surviving rate is more than 80%. Currently, within these companies, there are maybe 15% other unicorn companies, which means that the valuation is more than 1 billion. And all of them are the hardcore companies. We mean that all the companies are doing robotics. The main company, the valuation of those companies has exceeding maybe 80 billion. I have listed some companies in the mainland. You may heard about that. The EcoFlow. This company is doing electronics, a battery, and he is also from Hong Kong. Some companies called Navo doing cleaning. CD doing the automotive company, and the High Robotics doing logistic robotics. Some IoT or some other different kind of robotic companies from Expo Park, the incubation center. So Professor Lee currently doing hardcore company incubation in mainland, and this is a very brief background. And you may want to know that why we're doing construction. The background is that you all know the vehicle production from maybe a century ago. We're doing it very, using handicraft to assemble all the components. But currently, all the vehicle production are automated. However, in construction industry, with maybe 100 years development, all the things are almost the same. So we have a question that if we compare the construction with the automotive, you may know that in the mainland, the construction occupies 22% of GDP, which is with the biggest industry in mainland China. However, the second one is automotive. Thus, we compare the development of these two industries. From the prehistory, we say before 17th, all the process are almost the same. We use some materials, wood and handicraft to make the vehicle and the building. But with the industry 1.0, with the invention of a steaming machine, automotive go a big step forward. However, in the construction field, it's the same as before. And with the invention of the electricity and internal combustion engine and the rubber, Ford, the car company Ford, has a production line, and then the automotive production go another big step forward. However, in the construction field, with invention of the crane and some cement, some new materials. It also go forward to build, as an example, in pair building. In the industry 3.0, Toyota has a lean production assembly, and in this period we have light materials and electricity computers. Most of the production line are automated. However, in the construction, it's the same as before. And you all know that currently we have the unmanned vehicle, and we have auto driving, we have a car network. Tesla also has its mega factory. However, in the construction, I don't know whether you have the background of the construction. We all mentioned the conception of BIM, building information modeling, and factory components. We all curious that how the construction can be developed with the high tech. Thus, we have studied some construction robotics in Japan, and in the 1980s. In the 1980s, they have researched some different construction robots by Professor Thomas Book. However, there are more than 200 prototypes produced, but currently, most of the companies still allocate more than 0.5% revenue to the R&D department. However, most prototypes just stay in the laboratory stage. So no construction robots have ever been widely used in Japan. As an example, the Shimizu, one of the biggest Japan construction company, they have doing a spray robot in 1980s, and they have some iterations from first iterations to the third one. However, there are only 6 units produced. Thus, all the prototypes are terminated because the market is very small. There are also some other examples in construction robotics. For example, Boston Dynamics doing inspection. They use robotics dog to stroll around in the construction site to doing the inspection to measure the quality of the construction building. And there are also measurement robotics to measure the size of the wall of the building. And as an example, in US, doing the painting robotics, there is a company in Sweden doing dismantling robotics, and Okebo in Israel doing plastering. And in US, there is a company called Dusty doing the layout to lay out the lining in the construction building. And we also have some other examples such as paving and the drilling company. And in our center in Hong Kong CRC, we now have 8 teams doing the construction robotics, same as the company listed here. We have robotics doing movement to move the construction components. For example, the prefabricated wall in the construction site. And we also have a painting robots doing the painting for bridge, for the road. And we also have the measurement robotics to doing the measurement in construction site. So there are different kinds of robotics in our center to help construction companies to to improve their efficiency, to help their workers to do the job, something like that. So a brief introduction of our center, and you may know the Hong Kong government built more than 20 centers we call Inno Hong Kong Center to do the technology transfer. And our center is funded by UST, UC Berkeley, and the Tsinghua Berkeley Shenzhen Institute. We have the funding from Hong Kong government for 5 years with 300 million Hong Kong dollars. And the basic principle of our center is that we first bring in the industry companies, because most of the people from CRC are doing robotics, are doing mechanical, are doing computer science, doing ECE. So we actually don't know the pain points of the industry. We don't know the pain points of the construction. We don't know the problems of them. So we first bring in the industry to give us the critical needs of their daily life. And then we form a team. For example, we have the team from UST students. We have the team from outside, from the people with working experience, to form a team to do the multidisciplinary projects, to give the solutions from different aspects to the critical needs. So finally, we form solutions to prototypes, to test whether the projects, whether the product can solve the critical needs from the industry. And finally, we can doing startups to make the transformative changes for the construction industry. Thus, actually, we are not the traditional research center as those in the universities. We are the pre-incubation center to integrate different technologies to help the construction industry. And the professors in UST, in UC Berkeley, in other different universities plays the role of the mentors rather than the traditional PI who are leading the project. So the people leading the projects are the students, our employees from the center. So we have different professors from robotics, from construction, from sensing. And these are the list to mentor you to do the project. And we have different industry partners. For example, those are big companies in Hong Kong, Henderson, Shen Hongkai, Garmin, China State Construction, something like that. So we have the partners from the developers, from the contractors, from the equipments and the technology, different kind of partners. So the project process in our center is that the industry partner first give us the directions and they give us the needs. For example, they need painting robots in their site, but they don't know how to do that. So we recruit researchers, we recruit students to first have 3 months to do the market research and to study the feasibility, whether we can integrate these kind of technologies to solve the problems. And within these 3 months, we generate a business proposal, for example, doing a pitch to the panels, and we have a review. We have a review of the proposal to evaluate whether this direction is right or we have to kill it. So we call it launch or die. And in the next step, we will build up the team. We will build up the team and to do the system specification, to deploy the key modules, to prove the concept of the first stage. So this stage, we have maybe a simple prototype to test in the real site to validate the concept. And if this stage is okay, we may go to the next stage, phase B, which lasts for a year to do the iteration, to do engineering verification test, to do this design verification test. So the process is that the topic or the project is not from professors, it's from the real problem, and you may need some time to to know about the real environment, to know the problem. So the center give you all the support from mentoring, engineering, project management, IP, supply chains, something like that. So within these 2 years, you may have the chance to build up your own company in Hong Kong or maybe in Shenzhen or in US. So you solve the real problems by your team, and all the professors, all the center staffs are the mentors to supporting you, not driving you. You are the drivers. So the projects in our center, as I mentioned before, is towards the whole construction life cycle. So we integrate different technologies, for example, drones, robotics platform, and IoT, AI, different kinds of technologies to solve the problems for the whole construction life cycle, from the maybe first excavation and the building, and then handing over and maintenance, something like that. So we have project to do that. This is the environment of our center. We located at the science park, and you know that it's very new, and we have a large space for you to discuss, for you to do prototyping and something like that. So, and we also have a support space to play ping pong, and the meeting room, something like that. This is a basic, very brief introduction of our center, and we have some events. One important event is to do the summer camp. The main process of the summer camp is that we have a different stage of the summer camp. I'll show beneath the page. First is that we will tell you how to define the problems, because you cannot learn that within campus as a traditional course. So we just bring you out to know how to define the problems. For example, we tell you, okay, there may be some problems in construction companies, but how you define that kind of problems. And then next stage, we will teach you how to do engineering design. So the last stage is doing prototyping. So this is the whole process of the summer camp, and we have some steps. For example, you have to converge and then diverge, and doing brainstorming, doing prototyping. So maybe the capacity for the summer camp is 30 students, and we will divide the students for within maybe 5 to 6 groups. Each group we have 3 to 5 people with different background. For example, with design background, with mechanical background, with computer science background, with maybe civil background. So this is the process. And for example, we held the summer camp last summer. Week 1, we will get the industry insight. For example, we can collect the information from the industry. We will do the field trip research. And week 2, we will teach you how to do user research, how to define the problem, and how to form the team. And in week 3, we will tell you the methodology of brainstorming and how to seek opportunities and doing the iteration. And in the last three weeks, week 4, 5, 6, we will tell you how to do industrial design, UI, UX, and how to integrate supply chains, how to build your business model, how to do the prototyping. So actually, we use 6 weeks to decide a process of building a company, and you can experience the whole process of doing product, doing stops. So this cannot be learned within campus, either by the engineering school or the business school. Maybe you may learn the information from a business school, but you cannot do the real prototyping and within this summer camp, we can do all the experience. So this is a very brief introduction. And if you want to do intern in our center, just send your CV to the email career HKCRC@UST with the name plus summer intern. The intern is that you may do some integration, you may do some mechanical design, you may do some control for the projects, currently project. And if you want to generate a new project, you can apply summer camp. Send your CV to another email, admission CRC. So there are two different things. Doing intern, you may do some job for the current work. If you want to experience the whole process of building up company, the whole process of define a new problem, doing new projects, you can apply the summer camp. Yeah, this is a very brief introduction for our center. Thank you, student, and thank you, Professor Lee.
Okay. Thank you very much. So I want to know if there's some deadline for the student to apply for both intern and summer camp.
Oh, there's no deadline for the intern application. So so students can apply intern within summer and also maybe winter, fall. So we open intern application all the time, but there might be some time limitation. Then you can do the full-time intern in summer period, but in the fall semester, students can only do part-time intern. Yeah.
How about in terms of monthly, this kind of pay, a salary for intern? I don't know if that's a standard payment from the Hong Kong CRC or there's some. I don't know if
we have a scheme called STEAM, also from a Hong Kong government ITC, and the students can apply the summer intern, summer full-time intern with a monthly pay 10,000 and 10,500.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Pretty good. I say it's for each student. I think it's pretty good.
This is the standard rate for people who apply the STEM intern.
I see.
Yeah, regularly, if students apply the regular intern, maybe in the fall semester or different semesters, the hourly rate is 60.
I see.
Hong Kong dollar per hour.
Yeah. I know students care about how much they can make money. So they can find others kind of a summer intern for other companies, so that it's reasonable to attract students.
Yeah.
I see. How about for summer camp? I don't know if also have some of the provide some minimum some.
Actually, for the summer camp, it's an event.
Yeah.
So we don't offer the payment to the students, but we can claim the transportation. We claim we have some. They can purchase the equipment.
I see. But they get some this kind of intensive training.
Yeah.
So it's the different. These are two different schemes. I see.
Yeah, the first one, the intern is actually doing work in center. The second one, summer camp is a training. A training to train students to experience the process of building up companies.
I see.
Yeah.
So, okay. Thank you very much. So I think probably that is enough for this introduction. So that I think probably I don't know if there's some additional that means ask student to send email to this too in case they interested. I see. Okay.
For any problems, students can send email to this to
I see.